phone last night for what I was going to say, and how we can talk about decriminalization of sex work and drug use and poverty, and how that's completely 100% in line with what we're fighting for today and every day. But unfortunately, that's all kind of dropped out of my head. Standing up here is terrifying. Not just because I'm looking at the faces of a bunch of people and they're looking to me to tell them something either they don't know or something they already know to validate what they're already feeling, but because things are changing so fast in knowing that we're secure in our own skin in our own city. And I don't think I've ever publicly talked about the first time I was in cuffs. I was in elementary school. And I wish that there were people like Nikita available in my school district when that first happened. But there weren't. I was in District 81 in Spokane. I knew very few Black and brown people. I knew very few queer people. And I was really convinced that I deserved it, especially when it happened a second and third and fourth time, to the point of me not being able to count anymore exactly how many without looking up records. When my mom asked for help for the situation that we were in, they told her, unless you have money, the only way to get resources to your child is if she commits a crime. It is so weird to actually hear this so many times in the same day, that if you do not have excess resources, you deserve to be locked up. That's how I grew up, knowing that if I ever misstepped because of how I was feeling, or where I was, or where I wasn't. The first piece of legislation that I ever attempted to digest was the Becca bill. Because I didn't understand why, if I couldn't face going to school and I wanted to hide in my room and do art, or make my own clothing, or paint my nails and hide, that an officer would come to my house when I was late to school and take me to a truancy center. I was on a first name basis with the truancy officer from District 81, Officer Gary. I really appreciate Officer Gary to this day. He never wanted to do it, but that's what was left for him. He was also a Black man. And that was one of the only Black figures I had in my school. So when we draw the parallels between harm reduction in criminalized and stigmatized populations, or in populations where you have to commit what they've decided are crimes to survive, we can draw that directly to this movement in this everyday situation. Because it's a question every single day whether you flood the streets or not because of what the risk is. And that you will be marked as someone that it's okay to throw away if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, or you're not voicing your opinion the right way. There's no right way to advocate for yourself. And I had to learn it the really hard way. And I really hope that it's a little bit easier because of all of us stepping up and all of you stepping out, for someone to decide that there is a way for them to advocate for themselves. No one should be in here. No one should be in a cage when they're a child. And when you tell them that that's all they're good for, and that's what they're destined for, it's a million times harder to make it anywhere. Let me go ahead and break the tension. This is absolutely terrifying, but not just because I'm speaking to a bunch of people. It's absolutely terrifying because we are so close to getting justice and to getting some type of reparations, and it's the first step. And that also is terrifying. What will we do? We have a huge responsibility, not just every day in these streets to make it happen, but to plan for the next steps. Who here is ready to plan for the next steps? All right, I've been planning for this my whole life, so look me up. Let's do it together.